Before you settle in, take one slow, deep breath. And as you breathe out, allow the busy world of today to slowly fade away. Tonight, we are traveling back more than 200 years to the American frontier. The year is 1825. There are no highways, no electricity, no phones, no engines humming in the distance, only forests, rolling hills, clear rivers, and the quiet lives of ordinary families. Imagine standing at the edge of a wide forest. The morning sun has only just begun to rise. A light mist floats above the grass. Tiny drops of dew sparkle on every leaf. Birds begin their gentle morning songs. Somewhere in the distance, a rooster announces the arrival of another peaceful day. A narrow dirt path winds through tall oak and maple trees. You begin walking slowly along it. The cool morning air carries the scent of pine, damp earth, and fresh wood smoke. After a short walk, you see it. A small wooden log cabin standing in a peaceful clearing. It is simple, built by hand from thick oak logs cut from the surrounding forest. The roof is covered with hand-split wooden shingles. A stone chimney rises from one side. Soft gray smoke curls lazily into the quiet morning sky. A small vegetable garden grows beside the cabin. Rows of beans, corn, pumpkins, and cabbage sway gently in the breeze. A few chickens scratch quietly in the yard. Two curious rabbits pause beside the fence before disappearing into the grass. Everything feels calm. Everything feels safe. You slowly approach the front door. It opens with a gentle creak. Inside, the cabin is warm. A large stone fireplace glows softly. The fire crackles with comforting sounds. The scent of fresh bread baking fills the room. Simple wooden furniture stands neatly arranged. A sturdy pine table rests in the center. 4 handmade chairs surround it. Every piece has been built with patience and care. There are no expensive decorations, yet the cabin feels rich with warmth. Woven blankets hang neatly beside the fireplace. Clay jars line the wooden shelves. Iron cooking pots rest above the glowing fire. Near the window, a rocking chair moves gently as an elderly grandmother quietly knits a warm wool blanket. She smiles softly, not because anything exciting is happening, but because peaceful mornings like this are life's greatest gift. Upstairs, a young boy slowly opens his eyes. He hears the fire downstairs. He smells fresh bread. He knows another peaceful day is waiting. His little sister stretches beneath a patchwork quilt sewn by their mother during the long winter evenings. Outside, the first rays of sunlight touch the wooden walls of the cabin. The forest awakens. A gentle breeze moves through the tall trees. Leaves whisper softly overhead. The family gathers around the table. Breakfast is simple. Warm cornbread, fresh butter, honey collected from nearby hives, cool spring water, and warm apple cider. Before anyone eats, the father quietly bows his head. The family joins him. They offer a simple prayer of gratitude for another peaceful morning, for good health, for their home, for the forest that provides wood, for the land that grows their food. When the prayer ends, nobody rushes, nobody checks a clock. The day stretches peacefully before them. Outside, the sun climbs a little higher. Golden light pours through the cabin windows. The warm glow fills every corner of the little home. And as you sit beside the fireplace, listening to the crackling wood, watching the peaceful family begin another ordinary day, you realize sometimes the quietest mornings become the memories that last forever. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The warmth of the log cabin still surrounds you. The fire continues to crackle gently inside the stone fireplace, and the smell of fresh cornbread lingers in the air. Outside, the morning has fully arrived. Golden sunlight spills across the clearing, lighting the tall oak and maple trees that have stood here for generations. The family finishes their simple breakfast. There is no rush, no clock ticking on the wall, no loud sounds breaking the silence. Life on the American frontier follows the rhythm of nature. The father quietly stands from the table. He gently places his empty wooden bowl beside the wash basin. Taking his wide-brimmed hat from a wooden peg near the door, he smiles at his children. "It will be a beautiful day," he says softly. The little boy eagerly follows him outside. The cool morning air feels fresh. Tiny drops of dew still rest upon the long grass. Every step leaves a faint trail behind them. Their first stop is the chicken coop. As the wooden gate opens, several hens begin clucking happily. They already know it is feeding time. The little boy scatters a handful of corn across the ground. The chickens gather peacefully around him. One curious hen follows closely behind, hoping for a few extra kernels. The boy laughs quietly. His father smiles but says nothing. These simple moments are part of every morning. Nearby, two gentle cows wait patiently beside a wooden fence. The father slowly fills a bucket with fresh water from the nearby hand pump. The iron handle moves up and down with a steady rhythm. Squeak, splash, squeak, splash. Cold spring water pours into the wooden bucket. The cows drink peacefully. Beyond the pasture, a brown horse lifts its head from the grass. Its mane moves softly in the morning breeze. The father gently brushes its neck before checking the leather harness hanging nearby. The horse will help pull the wagon later today. Not because life is hurried, but because every task becomes easier when people and animals work together. Meanwhile, inside the cabin, Mother quietly wipes the wooden table clean. She carefully folds the linen cloth. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is thrown away. Every object inside the cabin has been made with hard work. The grandmother places another small log into the fireplace. The warm flames dance gently once again. She begins humming an old folk song that she learned as a little girl many years ago. Its melody is slow, peaceful, almost like a lullaby. Outside, the little girl walks toward the vegetable garden, carrying a small woven basket. She carefully picks fresh beans, a few carrots, some green onions. She pauses beside a patch of wildflowers. A butterfly lands gently on a bright yellow blossom. For a long moment, she simply watches it. There is no need to hurry. Nature has its own quiet schedule. Not far away, A family of robins builds a nest high in an old maple tree. Each bird carries tiny twigs, one by one, patiently, carefully. The forest itself seems alive, yet wonderfully calm. The father walks toward a neat stack of firewood beside the cabin. Although summer has only begun, he already thinks about winter. Each morning, he chops a few more logs, not because winter is near, but because preparation is part of frontier life. Every swing of the axe echoes softly through the forest. Thunk, thunk, thunk. The sound is steady, never hurried. Between each strike, only birdsong fills the air. As the sun climbs higher, the cabin glows warmly beneath the bright blue sky. Thin trails of smoke continue rising from the stone chimney. The smell of pine wood mixes with fresh bread and wildflowers. Everything feels peaceful. Everything feels safe. The family works together quietly. No one gives loud orders. No one complains. Each person knows their small part in making the home comfortable. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson the frontier offers. Not wealth, not luxury, but the quiet happiness that grows when people care for one another, one peaceful morning at a time. Take another slow, peaceful breath. Allow your mind to settle into the quiet rhythm of the frontier. The morning chores around the cabin have now been finished. The chickens wander peacefully through the yard. The horse rests beneath the shade of an old oak tree. A gentle breeze carries the scent of fresh pine and wildflowers across the fields. The sun has climbed a little higher into the clear blue sky. Its warm light spreads across the family's small farm. In the year 1825, nearly every family living on the American frontier depended upon the land. There were no supermarkets, no delivery wagons bringing food from distant cities. Almost everything the family needed, they grew with their own hands. The father picks up a simple wooden hoe. Its handle has become smooth after many years of careful use. Beside him, his young son proudly carries a much smaller hoe. He is still learning, but every season teaches him something new. Together, they walk toward the cornfield. Long green rows stretch across the rich brown soil. The morning dew still sparkles upon the leaves. Tiny birds hop between the plants, searching for insects hidden beneath the earth. The father gently loosens the soil around each row. Not too quickly, not too slowly. Every movement is calm and steady. The boy carefully follows behind. Sometimes he copies his father perfectly. Sometimes he makes little mistakes. Whenever that happens, his father simply smiles. He quietly shows him again. No anger, no impatience, because learning takes time. Across the field, Mother kneels beside the bean plants. She gently ties the climbing vines to slender wooden poles. Nearby, pumpkins spread their wide green leaves across the ground. Bright yellow blossoms open toward the morning sun. A busy honeybee lands upon one flower, then another. The family understands how important these tiny creatures are. Without the bees, there would be fewer vegetables, fewer fruits. Even the smallest life has its place. Not far away, Grandmother walks slowly through the herb garden. She gathers fresh mint, sage, chamomile, and rosemary. These herbs will flavor meals, ease fevers, calm restless minds, Frontier families knew many remedies passed from one generation to the next. There were few doctors nearby. Nature itself often became their medicine. A soft breeze moves through the corn. The tall green stalks whisper together. It sounds almost like gentle rain. You pause for a moment, closing your eyes, listening only to the wind moving across the fields. Somewhere in the distance, a woodpecker taps gently against an old tree. Tap, tap, tap. Farther away, a small stream flows quietly over smooth stones. Its cool water has nourished this farm since the cabin was first built. The father walks toward a wooden fence. One loose board has begun to lean. He quietly repairs it using only a hammer, a few hand-forged nails, and patient hands. Nothing is wasted. Every fence, every tool, every piece of wood is cared for as long as possible. The little boy watches carefully. One day, this farm will become his responsibility. Today, he simply learns by watching. As the morning slowly turns toward midday, Mother rings a small brass bell hanging beside the cabin door. Its gentle sound floats across the fields. The family pauses their work, not because they are tired, but because it is time to rest. Lunch is simple. Fresh bread baked that morning, butter churned by hand, slices of smoked ham, fresh cucumbers from the garden, cold spring water. Everyone gathers beneath the wide branches of a maple tree. The cool shade feels refreshing after the warm sun. Nobody speaks very much. The peaceful sounds of nature fill the silence. Birds sing overhead. Grasshoppers chirp in the tall grass. Leaves sway gently above them. The family smiles quietly at one another. They do not need many words. They have shared mornings like this for years, and they hope to share many more. As you look across the small farm, you begin to understand something. Life here is not easy. Every meal requires hard work. Every season brings new challenges. Yet there is a quiet happiness that grows from living close to the land. Every sunrise offers another beginning. Every harvest tells the story of patience. And every peaceful day becomes another treasured memory. The gentle breeze continues to move through the fields. The little log cabin stands proudly beneath the blue sky. And somewhere beyond the endless forest, a new adventure quietly waits for tomorrow. Take another slow, peaceful breath. Feel the warmth of the morning sun upon your face. The quiet lunch beneath the maple tree has come to an end. The family rises slowly. There is no rush. On the American frontier, the day is measured not by clocks, but by the position of the sun. You follow the mother toward the vegetable garden beside the log cabin. A low wooden fence surrounds it, not to keep people out, but to gently remind wandering rabbits and deer that these vegetables belong to a family who has worked hard to grow them. The garden is larger than it first appeared. Long rows of corn stand proudly near the back. Beside them grow beans that climb slender wooden poles. Their green vines twist upward, always reaching for the sunlight. Pumpkin vines spread across the rich soil. Their broad leaves shade the earth beneath them. Bright yellow blossoms open like little stars. Nearby, cabbages form neat green circles. Carrots hide quietly beneath the soil. Onions stand in straight rows, with their slender leaves dancing in the breeze. Nothing grows by accident. Every seed was planted by hand. Every plant has been carefully watered and protected. The mother kneels beside the tomato plants. Although tomatoes were becoming more common in America during the early 19th century, many families still treated them as something special. She gently ties each growing stem to a small wooden stake. Her movements are slow, careful, almost graceful. She whispers softly, "Strong plants grow with gentle care." The little girl walks beside her, carrying a small woven basket. She carefully picks ripe beans, one at a time, never pulling too hard, never damaging the plant. She has learned that kindness even extends to the garden. Nearby, a tiny bluebird lands upon the fence. It watches quietly before flying down to catch a small insect hiding among the leaves. The family smiles. Birds are welcome visitors. They help protect the crops naturally. Above the garden, honeybees move peacefully from flower to flower. Their gentle buzzing fills the warm afternoon air. The father often reminds his children, if the bees are happy, the garden will be happy too. Not far beyond the vegetables, a small orchard stretches across the hillside. Apple trees stand in neat rows. Pear trees sway gently in the breeze. Several peach trees carry soft green fruit that will ripen before the end of summer. The little boy runs ahead, then suddenly stops. His father has taught him never to waste fruit. If an apple falls naturally to the ground, it can still feed the chickens or become cider. Nothing should be wasted. The orchard smells wonderful. Fresh leaves, sweet blossoms, warm sunshine. A gentle breeze carries the scent through the entire farm. Beneath one old apple tree, grandmother places a simple wooden bench. She often rests here during the afternoon. Today, she quietly opens a small basket of sewing. As birds sing above her, she repairs a worn wool sock. Every stitch saves the family from making another. On the frontier, repairing was often wiser than replacing. A squirrel races along a tree branch overhead. Its fluffy tail bounces as it leaps from one limb to another. The children stop working for just a moment. They watch quietly as the little animal disappears into the forest. The mother smiles. There will always be time to enjoy nature. By now, the afternoon sun shines brightly overhead. Small clouds drift lazily across the blue sky. A cool breeze ripples through the orchard. Thousands of leaves shimmer together like tiny green waves. You take a slow breath. The peaceful sounds surround you. Birdsong, buzzing bees, rustling leaves, the distant clucking of chickens near the cabin. Somewhere farther away, the gentle splash of a nearby creek. Everything feels perfectly balanced, simple, peaceful. The baskets slowly become filled with fresh vegetables and fruit, enough for today's meals, enough to preserve for winter, enough to share with neighbors if needed. That was often the way of frontier life. Families depended upon one another. A good harvest was never enjoyed alone. As the afternoon slowly continues, the family begins walking back toward the log cabin. The little girl proudly carries her basket of fresh vegetables. The father gently closes the garden gate behind them. One more peaceful day has blessed the little farm. And somewhere, just beyond the quiet forest, another gentle chapter of frontier life is waiting to begin. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The quiet orchard now rests behind you. The baskets of fresh vegetables have been safely placed inside the log cabin. The afternoon sun shines warmly across the frontier. A gentle breeze moves through the tall grass. The father places a few iron tools into the back of a small wooden wagon. Some need sharpening. One has a loose handle. Another has worked faithfully for many years and simply needs a little care. Rather than buying new tools, frontier families repaired almost everything they owned. The old horse is gently harnessed to the wagon. Its leather straps have been cleaned with oil many times before. The horse waits patiently. It already knows today's journey. The father smiles at his son. "Come along," he says quietly. "The blacksmith always has something interesting to teach." The boy climbs onto the wagon. You join them as they slowly travel along the narrow dirt road. The wheels roll gently over the earth. Creak, creak, creak. The peaceful rhythm blends with the songs of birds hidden among the trees. Along the way, they pass another small cabin. A woman hangs freshly washed blankets beneath the warm afternoon sun. Two children wave happily as the wagon passes. Not far away, an elderly farmer slowly repairs a wooden fence. Everyone greets one another with a smile. Life on the frontier is built upon good neighbors. After nearly half an hour, a different sound begins to echo through the forest. Clang, clang, clang. The steady ring of hammers striking hot iron. Soon, a sturdy wooden workshop comes into view. Dark smoke rises gently from a stone chimney. This is the village blacksmith shop. His name is Samuel. Nearly every family for many miles depends upon his skill. Without him, there would be no horseshoes, no sturdy nails, no strong axes, no iron hinges for cabin doors. Samuel looks up as the wagon arrives. His face is warm with a welcoming smile. "Good afternoon," he says. "You've brought work for me, I see." Inside the workshop, everything feels warm. Not uncomfortable, but pleasantly heated by the great stone forge. Bright orange coals glow softly. A pair of heavy iron tongs rests beside the fire. The walls are lined with carefully arranged tools. Large hammers, smaller hammers, files, chisels. Every tool has its own place. Samuel places a worn horseshoe into the glowing coals. Patiently, he waits. Iron cannot be rushed. When the metal begins glowing bright orange, he carefully lifts it onto the anvil. Then, with calm, practiced movements, he begins shaping it. Clang, clang, clang. Every strike is steady, never hurried, never wasteful. Tiny sparks dance briefly through the air before fading away. The little boy watches with wide eyes. Samuel notices. He smiles. "Listen carefully," he says. "A blacksmith never fights the iron. He works with it." The boy nods thoughtfully. Nearby, a farmer waits quietly for his plow to be repaired. Another neighbor has brought an old kitchen knife for sharpening. Nobody seems impatient. Everyone understands that good work takes time. While Samuel works, his wife quietly serves cool spring water to the visitors. Simple kindness is as common here as fresh air. Outside, the old horse rests beneath the shade of a large oak tree. A gentle breeze brushes through its mane. Several sparrows hop across the dusty yard, searching for scattered grain. The workshop door remains open. Fresh air flows gently inside. The smell of warm iron mixes with pine trees and wildflowers. For a moment, you simply listen. The crackling fire, the steady hammer, the soft voices of neighbors, the singing birds outside. It is a peaceful music, unique to the American frontier. As the afternoon slowly moves toward evening, Samuel finishes repairing the family's tools. Each one looks almost new again. The father thanks him warmly. Instead of paying only with coins, he also leaves a basket of fresh apples from the orchard. On the frontier, neighbors often traded what they had. One family shared fruit, another shared skilled hands, another shared firewood. Everyone helped one another. As you climb back onto the wagon, the father gently places the repaired tools beside him. The horse begins walking toward home. The peaceful sound of the blacksmith's hammer slowly fades behind you until only the whispering forest remains. The golden afternoon stretches quietly before you, and another gentle chapter of frontier life comes to a peaceful close. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The gentle sound of the blacksmith's hammer has now faded into the distance. The old wagon rolls quietly along the winding dirt road. The afternoon sun hangs lower in the sky, painting the fields with a warm, golden light. The horse walks at its own comfortable pace. There is no reason to hurry. On the American frontier, life follows the rhythm of nature, not the ticking of a clock. As you travel home, the road passes a small white building standing beneath two enormous oak trees. A tiny bell hangs above its front door. Beside it waves a simple American flag. This is the community's one-room schoolhouse. In 1825, many frontier towns had only a single classroom. Children of every age, from 6 years old to nearly 16, studied together under one roof. The father gently pulls the wagon to a stop. "Let's say hello to Mr. Whitmore," he says. The little boy smiles with excitement. School is one of his favorite places. You quietly walk toward the wooden building. The front door stands open. A cool breeze moves through the room. Inside, sunlight pours through tall windows. Dust floats peacefully in the golden light. Simple wooden desks stand in neat rows. Each desk has been carved by local craftsmen. Some carry tiny initials from students who attended many years ago. At the front of the room, Mr. Whitmore carefully writes today's lesson upon a large slate chalkboard. His handwriting is slow, neat, beautiful. He believes every letter deserves patience. The room is wonderfully quiet. Several older students help the younger children pronounce difficult words. One girl carefully reads from a small history book. Another quietly practices writing with a feather quill. A little boy slowly traces the alphabet onto a wax writing tablet. Nobody laughs when someone makes a mistake. Learning here is never a competition. It is simply another journey, one careful step at a time. Mr. Whitmore smiles warmly as you enter. "Good afternoon," he says softly. "We're learning about maps today." He gently unrolls a hand-drawn map of the young United States. The children gather around. Their curious eyes study rivers, mountains, and towns they have never seen. Some dream of traveling west one day. Others hope to become farmers like their parents. A few enjoy imagining distant places. Mr. Whitmore tells them, the world becomes larger every time you learn something new. The children listen carefully. Outside, the branches of the great oak trees sway gently in the breeze. Their leaves whisper softly against one another. A pair of bluebirds builds a nest nearby. The sounds drift peacefully through the open windows. After reading, the lesson changes to arithmetic. The children solve simple sums using smooth river stones placed upon their desks. There are no machines, no calculators, only careful thinking and patient teachers. Nearby, a little girl struggles with a difficult problem. She quietly lowers her head. Mr. Whitmore kneels beside her desk. He does not give the answer. Instead, he gently asks another question. Little by little, she discovers the solution herself. Her face brightens with a proud smile. The teacher smiles too. On the frontier, knowledge was considered one of life's greatest treasures. Books were few, paper was precious. Every lesson mattered. As the afternoon draws toward its end, Mr. Whitmore rings the small brass bell. Its gentle sound echoes across the quiet countryside. The children stand. Together, they thank their teacher before gathering their books. Some begin the long walk home. Others climb into wagons waiting outside. Parents greet one another with warm smiles. Neighbors exchange fresh vegetables, homemade bread, and friendly conversation. The little schoolhouse slowly becomes quiet once more. Only the breeze remains, moving gently through the open doorway. You take one final look at the peaceful classroom. Simple wooden desks, sunlight upon the floor, the faint scent of chalk and pine wood. A place where young minds grow as steadily as the forest surrounding them. With slow, gentle footsteps, you return to the waiting wagon. The horse begins walking home once again. The little white schoolhouse grows smaller behind you until it quietly disappears among the trees. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The little schoolhouse slowly disappears behind you. The wagon rolls quietly beneath the tall oak trees. The afternoon has begun to sun. Golden sunlight filters gently through the forest, painting long shadows across the winding dirt road. The horse walks with calm, steady steps. Its leather harness creaks softly. The wooden wheels turn with their familiar rhythm. Creak, creak, creak. The little boy sits beside his father, quietly watching the countryside pass by. After a peaceful journey, the road opens into a small frontier village. There are only a handful of buildings: a blacksmith shop, the white schoolhouse, a tiny church with its wooden bell tower, and beside the crossroads, the village's general store. Unlike today's large supermarkets, a general store in 1825 sold nearly everything a frontier family could not make themselves. A wooden sign above the porch reads, Elias Mercantile. The building is simple but welcoming. A long wooden porch stretches across the front. Several rocking chairs rest beneath its roof. Two elderly men sit quietly together. Neither seems to be in any hurry. One slowly rocks back and forth. The other gently sips from a tin cup of warm coffee. They smile politely as your wagon arrives. The father ties the horse beneath a shady maple tree. The little boy jumps carefully from the wagon. You follow them toward the store. The wooden floor creaks softly beneath your feet. Immediately, a wonderful mixture of familiar scents fills the air. Fresh coffee beans, leather, pine wood, beeswax candles, soap made from animal fat, dried herbs, and sweet molasses stored inside large wooden barrels. Everything smells warm, comforting, peaceful. Behind a sturdy wooden counter stands the shopkeeper. His name is Elias. Nearly everyone within 20 miles knows him. Not only because he sells supplies, but because he remembers every family by name. "Good afternoon, Thomas," he says with a smile as the father enters. "How is your harvest looking this year?" The two men shake hands warmly. No business begins before friendly conversation. That is simply the frontier way. Around the store, wooden shelves reach almost to the ceiling. Glass jars filled with colorful candies sit beside bags of flour. Iron nails rest in neatly labeled boxes. Lanterns hang from sturdy wooden beams. Coils of rope, handmade blankets, tin cups, pocket knives, seeds for next spring's planting. Everything has its place. A young woman carefully measures sugar into a cloth sack. Nearby, a farmer examines a new axe handle. Another customer studies a small pocket Bible displayed inside a glass cabinet. Nobody rushes. People take their time. The store is more than a place to buy supplies. It is where neighbors meet, where stories are exchanged, where news from distant towns arrives. Elias carefully opens a leather mailbag that has just arrived by horseback. Several letters are inside, a few newspapers from eastern cities. The villagers gather quietly. One man reads aloud a short article about a new canal being built far away in New York. Another smiles as he receives a letter from his brother living hundreds of miles east. For many frontier families, a single letter is a precious gift. Sometimes months pass between messages. The little boy wanders toward a barrel filled with bright red apples. Elias notices him smiling. Without saying a word, he picks one perfect apple from the top. He hands it to the boy. "Every young traveler deserves a treat," he says kindly. The boy's eyes brighten. He quietly thanks the old shopkeeper. Outside, a gentle breeze moves across the porch. The rocking chairs continue their slow rhythm. Creak, creak, creak. A friendly dog sleeps peacefully beneath the steps. Its ears twitch now and then as birds sing from the nearby trees. The father finishes trading fresh honey and smoked meat for flour, salt, lamp oil, and a new spool of sewing thread. On the frontier, money is useful, but trading goods is often just as common. Everyone contributes what they can. As the afternoon begins drifting toward evening, the father carefully loads the supplies into the wagon. Elias waves goodbye. "So long, my friends. May the road home be peaceful." The horse begins walking once more. The little village slowly disappears behind you. The sounds of quiet conversation, the gentle rocking chairs, and the welcoming little store fade into the distance. Ahead, the peaceful forests of 1825 America wait to tell another gentle story. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The quiet village store slowly disappears behind you. The wagon rolls gently along the dusty road. the sun has begun its slow journey toward the western hills. Golden afternoon light covers the frontier like a warm blanket. The horse walks at its familiar pace, steady, patient, unhurried. The father quietly points toward a small white building standing on a gentle hill. Its tall wooden bell tower rises above the surrounding oak trees. A simple wooden cross rests upon its roof. This Sunday, he says softly, the whole community will gather there. The little boy smiles. Sunday is different from every other day. It is a day when tools are left untouched, fields are left to rest, neighbors come together, not for work, but for peace. A few days pass quietly. Soon, Sunday morning arrives. The forest awakens beneath a pale golden sunrise. Soft mist drifts across the open fields. Birdsong fills the cool morning air. Inside the log cabin, Mother carefully brushes the children's hair. She places clean linen shirts upon the table. The father polishes his leather boots. Grandmother gently smooths the wrinkles from her favorite blue shawl. These are their best clothes. Simple, neat, made with care. The smell of fresh soap and clean linen fills the cabin. Breakfast is lighter than usual. Warm biscuits, honey, fresh milk, and sliced apples. After the meal, the family climbs into the wooden wagon. Other wagons soon appear along the forest road. Every family travels slowly toward the same destination. Nobody races ahead. The journey itself feels peaceful. As the little church comes into view, its bell begins to ring. Dong, dong, dong. The sound rolls gently across the hills, echoing through the trees. Families smile as they greet one another. Children wave happily. Neighbors shake hands warmly. Some have not seen each other for an entire week. The little church is more than a place of worship. It is the heart of the community. Outside, several horses quietly graze beneath the shade of maple trees. The wagons are lined neatly beside a wooden fence. Inside, sunlight streams through tall windows. Simple wooden pews fill the room. Fresh wildflowers decorate the front table. Their gentle fragrance mixes with the scent of polished pine wood. The minister welcomes everyone with a warm smile. His voice is calm, gentle, comforting. He speaks about gratitude, about helping neighbors, about finding peace even during difficult seasons. Nobody raises their voice. Nobody argues. The words drift softly through the quiet room. A young woman begins playing a small hand-pumped organ. Its gentle melody fills the church. Soon, everyone joins together in song. The music is slow, peaceful. Even if you do not know the words, the harmony feels comforting. Children sit quietly beside their parents. A baby softly coos before falling asleep in its mother's arms. Sunlight dances across the polished wooden floor. Dust sparkles gently in the warm light. For a little while, the outside world seems to disappear. Only kindness remains. Only quiet. Only peace. After the service, nobody rushes home. Families gather beneath the large oak trees outside. Blankets are spread across the grass. Baskets are opened. Fresh bread, roasted chicken, apple pie, butter, cheese, and homemade jam. Everything is shared. No family eats alone. Children laugh as they play simple games across the meadow. Older neighbors exchange stories beneath the trees. One man quietly carves a small wooden whistle for his grandson. Another repairs a rocking chair while chatting with friends. Nearby, grandmother sits with several women who spend the afternoon sewing quilts together. Each square of cloth tells a story. A piece from an old wedding dress, a patch from a baby's blanket, a strip cut from a father's work shirt. Together, the quilt becomes a family history stitched with loving hands. The little boy lies upon the soft grass. He watches white clouds drift slowly across the endless blue sky. His father sits beside him. Neither says a word. Sometimes, the most peaceful conversations happen in silence. As the afternoon slowly begins to fade, families prepare for the journey home. The church bell rings once more, softly, almost as if wishing everyone a safe return. The wagons roll gently back along the forest roads. Golden sunlight filters through the trees. Birds sing quietly overhead. The peaceful Sunday slowly comes to an end. And you realize, for the families of 1825, the little church offered far more than a place to pray. It offered friendship, hope, comfort, and the simple joy of belonging to a community that cared for one another. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The gentle sound of the little church bell slowly fades behind you. The peaceful Sunday afternoon continues across the American frontier. Families return home along winding dirt roads. The wagon moves steadily beneath tall oak and hickory trees. The little boy leans comfortably against his father. The horse seems to know the way without needing much guidance. The forest grows thicker as you travel. Sunlight filters through the branches above, creating soft patches of golden light upon the road. The air smells of pine needles, fresh earth, and wild mint growing beside the path. After nearly an hour of quiet travel, a new sound reaches your ears. It is soft, gentle, constant. The peaceful sound of flowing water. Soon, the trees begin to open. Before you lies a beautiful river. Its clear water moves slowly over smooth stones. The afternoon sun sparkles upon its surface like thousands of tiny diamonds. There is no bridge here. In many parts of frontier America during the 1820s, bridges were rare. Instead, travelers crossed rivers using simple wooden ferries. At the riverbank, a sturdy, flat-bottomed ferry waits quietly beside a weathered dock. It is built from thick oak planks, strong enough to carry wagons, horses, and families safely across. Standing beside it is the ferryman. His name is Benjamin. His beard has turned silver over many years spent beside this peaceful river. He greets every traveler with the same warm smile. "Good afternoon," he says softly. "The river is calm today." The father nods politely. He gently guides the horse onto the ferry. The wooden platform barely rocks. Benjamin unties the thick rope securing the ferry to the dock. Then, with practiced hands, he begins pulling the heavy guide rope stretched across the river. The ferry slowly glides away from shore. The movement is almost silent. The water whispers softly against the wooden sides. Splash, splash, splash. A pair of ducks swims peacefully nearby. Their tiny ducklings follow closely behind in a perfect line. The little girl watches them with quiet delight. Benjamin smiles. They visit nearly every afternoon. Halfway across the river, everything becomes wonderfully still. The only sounds are birds singing from the distant trees, the gentle splash of water, and the slow creak of the ferry's wooden beams. You look downstream. A fisherman quietly casts his line into the calm water. He does not seem concerned about catching many fish. He simply enjoys the peaceful afternoon. Farther upstream, a family of beavers has built a sturdy dam. Branches and logs fit together so perfectly that they almost look carefully crafted by human hands. Benjamin points toward them. They've been busy all spring. Along the riverbank, tall willow trees lean gracefully over the water. Their long branches sway gently in the breeze. Dragonflies shimmer above the river's surface, bright blue, deep green, golden in the afternoon light. The horse stands quietly throughout the crossing. It has crossed this river many times before. Nothing here feels frightening, only familiar, only peaceful. Benjamin tells the children that many years ago, Native American families also traveled these waters long before frontier settlements appeared. They knew every bend in the river, every quiet fishing place, every hidden trail through the forest. The father listens respectfully. He quietly reminds his children that every land carries stories older than any single family. The ferry slowly approaches the opposite bank. Benjamin secures the thick rope once again. The wooden ramp lowers gently onto the shore. The horse steps forward without hesitation. The wagon rolls safely back onto dry land. The father thanks Benjamin warmly. Instead of paying only with coins, he gives the ferryman a small loaf of fresh bread baked that very morning. Benjamin smiles with gratitude. The river always brings good neighbors together. The wagon begins moving once more. Behind you, the peaceful ferry slowly prepares for another traveler. The river continues flowing, exactly as it has for centuries. Never hurried, never still, always moving gently toward tomorrow. As the forest welcomes you once again, the quiet frontier road stretches peacefully ahead. And somewhere beyond the trees, another gentle story patiently waits. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The gentle river now rests behind you. The quiet ferry grows smaller with every turn of the winding road. Soon, the sound of flowing water disappears completely. Only the forest remains. The wagon enters beneath a great canopy of ancient trees, towering white oaks, strong hickories, graceful maples, and tall pines that seem to reach endlessly toward the blue sky. The air immediately becomes cooler. Sunlight filters through thousands of green leaves. Golden beams dance softly across the forest floor. The horse slows its pace. The dirt road here is narrow. Roots from ancient trees gently cross the path. The wagon wheels roll carefully over them. Creak, creak, creak. The peaceful rhythm blends perfectly with the sounds of the woods. Somewhere above, a wood thrush begins to sing. Its melody is slow, gentle, almost magical. The little girl looks upward. She cannot see the bird, only hear its beautiful voice echoing through the trees. Her grandmother smiles. The forest always sings, she whispers. You only need to slow down enough to hear it. The wagon continues deeper into the woods. small patches of wildflowers bloom beside the trail. Purple violets, white daisies, golden black-eyed Susans. Tiny butterflies drift from blossom to blossom. Their wings shimmer in the afternoon sunlight. Nearby, a family of white-tailed deer quietly grazes among the ferns. The mother deer notices the wagon. She lifts her head for a moment. Her ears listen carefully. Finding no danger, she calmly returns to eating. Her two young fawns continue playing beside her. The family watches silently. No one wishes to disturb the peaceful moment. Farther ahead, a squirrel races along the branch of a great oak tree. It pauses only long enough to nibble an acorn before disappearing into the leaves. A gentle breeze moves through the forest. Thousands of leaves begin whispering together, softly, patiently, like old friends sharing quiet stories. The father guides the wagon toward a sunny clearing. He stops beside a large fallen log. This tree, he says, must have stood here for more than 100 years. The children carefully count the rings visible on the broken trunk. Each ring marks another year, another winter, another spring, another quiet season in the life of the forest. The grandmother gently places her hand upon the rough bark. So many lives have passed beneath these branches, she says softly, and still the forest grows. Nearby, the family enjoys a short rest. Mother opens a small basket. Inside are slices of fresh bread, a piece of sharp cheddar cheese, a few apples from the orchard, and cool spring water carried in a clay jug. The meal is simple, yet beneath the peaceful shade of towering trees, it feels wonderfully satisfying. After eating, no one speaks for a while. They simply listen. The wind, the birds, the gentle buzzing of bees, the distant tapping of a woodpecker. The quiet forest asks for nothing. It simply welcomes everyone who enters with kindness and respect. The father quietly tells his children that these woods have long been home to many people. Long before the log cabins, long before the village, Native American families walked these same trails. They knew every stream, every old tree, every change of season. The children listen with curiosity. They understand that the forest belongs not to one family, but to time itself. As the afternoon begins to soften, golden sunlight reaches farther between the trees. The shadows grow longer. The forest becomes even quieter. The horse lifts its head. It knows the road home is not far away. The father gently gathers the reins. The family climbs back into the wagon. With one final glance at the peaceful clearing, you continue your journey. The whispering forest slowly follows behind you, its ancient trees standing silently, watching another beautiful frontier day pass into memory. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The whispering forest slowly fades behind you. The wagon continues along the narrow trail. The afternoon sun has begun its gentle descent toward the western hills. Its golden light pours through the trees, giving everything a warm, peaceful glow. The father looks ahead and smiles. We'll make one more stop before heading home. The little boy asks quietly, "At Mr. Carter's cabin?" His father nods. Yes, we haven't seen them for several weeks. In 1825, frontier families often lived many miles apart. Neighbors were not simply nearby people. They were trusted friends, helpers during difficult winters, companions during lonely seasons, and sometimes just as carefully tended as your own. Before the wagon even stops, a cheerful brown dog trots happily toward the visitors. Its tail moves back and forth with excitement. Behind the cabin, Mr. Carter is repairing a wooden fence. He notices the arriving wagon. Removing his hat, he smiles warmly. "Thomas, what a pleasant surprise!" The two men shake hands firmly. No appointment had been made. On the frontier, a friendly visit was always welcome. Mrs. Carter steps out onto the porch. She carries a freshly baked apple pie cooling upon a wooden board. The sweet smell drifts through the afternoon air. She smiles kindly at the children. "You've grown taller since spring," she says. The little girl blushes shyly. Soon, everyone gathers beneath the shade of the great oak tree. The women begin talking quietly about this year's garden, which beans have grown best, whether the peach trees have produced enough fruit, how many jars of preserves they hope to prepare before autumn. Nearby, the men discuss repairing fences before winter arrives. They compare weather signs, the flight of birds, the blooming of wildflowers, the level of the nearby creek. Long before modern weather forecasts, nature itself offered many gentle clues. The children wander toward a small red barn. Inside, a gentle milk cow rests quietly in fresh straw. Several chickens peck peacefully around the doorway. A sleepy orange cat curls itself beside a warm patch of sunlight. The little boy notices a newborn lamb resting beside its mother. Its white wool looks as soft as a cloud. He kneels quietly beside it. The tiny lamb blinks curiously before returning to its afternoon nap. No one disturbs its peaceful sleep. Back beneath the oak tree, Mrs. Carter pours cool cider into simple tin cups. Slices of warm apple pie are shared among everyone. The crust is crisp, the filling sweet with cinnamon. No one speaks loudly. Conversation flows gently, like the nearby stream. Mr. Carter opens a small wooden box. Inside are several carefully carved toys. A tiny wooden horse, a spinning top, a little wagon. He made each one during the long winter evenings. The children admire them with wide eyes. He hands the spinning top to the little boy. "It belonged to my son when he was your age," he says softly. The boy thanks him with a grateful smile. The toy is not expensive, but it carries years of happy memories. As the afternoon slowly turns toward evening, the families walk together through the small orchard behind the cabin. Apple trees sway gently in the breeze. A pair of bluebirds flutters from branch to branch. The sunning sun paints the leaves with warm shades of gold. For a while, no one speaks. Friends do not always need words. Sometimes, simply walking together is enough. The father finally looks toward the sky. The sun will soon be setting. It is time to return home. Warm hugs are exchanged. Promises are made to visit again before the first snowfall. The horse is gently harnessed once more. The wagon begins rolling back toward the forest. Mr. and Mrs. Carter stand beside their cabin, waving until the wagon disappears among the trees. Behind you, their little log cabin becomes smaller and smaller. Its chimney smoke rises peacefully into the evening sky. A quiet reminder that even in the vast wilderness of early America, no family was truly alone. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The peaceful visit to the Carter family's cabin is now behind you. The wagon rolls quietly through the evening forest. The sky has begun changing from bright blue to soft shades of gold, amber, and pale orange. The horse walks slowly. It knows the familiar road home. The children have grown quiet after a long day. The little girl gently holds the small basket Mrs. Carter filled with fresh apples. The little boy carefully protects the wooden spinning top he received as a gift. Neither child speaks. The peaceful sounds of the forest are enough. As the cabin slowly comes into view, Mother quietly smiles. "There is still a little daylight left," she says. "There is time for a few evening tasks." On the American frontier, the work of women was never finished, yet it was rarely hurried. Every task was done with patience, with care, with quiet strength. You step inside the warm log cabin. The fire in the stone fireplace still burns gently. Grandmother adds another small log. The flames dance softly. The room fills with a comforting golden glow. Mother removes her bonnet and hangs it neatly beside the door. She immediately begins preparing the evening meal. There are no electric lights, no gas stove, only the steady warmth of the fireplace. She carefully hangs a black iron kettle above the fire. Fresh vegetables picked from the garden earlier today are washed in cool spring water. Carrots, beans, onions, small potatoes. She slices each one slowly upon a smooth wooden board. Every movement is calm. Every movement is familiar. The little girl helps by shelling fresh peas into a wooden bowl. Tiny green peas fall softly. Tap, tap, tap. The sound is almost musical. Nearby, Grandmother sits once again in her favorite rocking chair. She begins spinning sheep's wool into yarn. Whir, whir, whir. Its quiet rhythm fills the cabin. She has done this almost every evening for many years. Her hands know the work without needing to think. The father quietly carries 2 buckets toward the nearby spring. Fresh water is needed every single day. The little boy follows closely behind. The path is peaceful. Fireflies have already begun appearing among the tall grass. The spring flows as clearly as crystal. Cold water bubbles gently from the earth. The father fills both wooden buckets. He smiles. Good water is one of the greatest blessings a family can have. The boy nods quietly. Together, they carefully carry the heavy buckets home. Back inside, Mother opens a small wooden cupboard. Glass jars line the shelves. Some contain dried beans. Others hold flour, cornmeal, dried apples, and herbs gathered throughout the summer. Every jar has been carefully prepared. Winter may still seem far away, but frontier families always planned ahead. Nothing is wasted. A torn shirt is mended. A broken chair is repaired. Leftover bread becomes tomorrow's breakfast. Even the smallest candle is burned until the very end. As the vegetable soup begins gently simmering, its warm aroma slowly fills the cabin. Fresh herbs from the garden add a pleasant fragrance. Rosemary, thyme, parsley. The smell makes the little cabin feel even warmer, even more welcoming. The little girl carefully folds clean blankets. Grandmother teaches her how to make each fold perfectly straight. Someday, she says softly, you'll teach someone else. Knowledge on the frontier often passed quietly, from one generation to the next. Outside, the evening breeze gently moves through the trees. The last birds finish their songs. A single owl calls softly from somewhere deep within the forest. Inside, the family works together without needing many words. Each person understands their role. Each task helps another. The cabin itself seems alive with peaceful purpose. Soon, the evening meal is ready. Simple vegetable soup, warm cornbread, fresh butter, cool spring water. The family gathers once more around the wooden table. The fire glows quietly nearby. Soft shadows dance across the log walls. You realize something as you watch this peaceful family. The frontier was built not only by strong hands, but by gentle ones, by mothers who stitched warm blankets, grandmothers who preserved old traditions, daughters who learned with patience. Their quiet work held every family together, without seeking praise, without asking for recognition, simply because love often speaks most clearly through ordinary acts of care. And as the stars begin appearing outside the cabin windows, another peaceful frontier evening slowly begins. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The warm evening meal has come to an end. The wooden bowls have been carefully washed. The fire still glows softly inside the stone fireplace. Outside, the last golden light of the day spreads across the fields. The air is pleasantly cool now. The father smiles at his children. There is still a little daylight left, he says. Go and enjoy the evening. The little boy and his sister quietly step outside. The cabin door closes gently behind them. On the American frontier, children did not have televisions. There were no video games, no batteries, no plastic toys. Yet somehow, their evenings were filled with imagination. The little boy places his treasured wooden spinning top upon the smooth ground. With one careful twist, it begins turning, round, round, round. The little girl watches happily. The spinning toy catches the golden sunlight. Tiny flashes of light dance across the grass. Nearby, two neighbor children arrive along the forest path. They have walked nearly a mile to visit. One carries a handmade rag doll sewn by her grandmother. The other brings a small wooden whistle carved by his father. Soon, the four children begin playing together. No one argues, no one worries about winning. The games are simple, yet filled with laughter. They pretend fallen logs are bridges crossing mighty rivers. Large stones become distant mountains. Tall grass becomes an endless prairie waiting to be explored. One child becomes the wagon driver. Another pretends to guide imaginary horses. The youngest carries a little basket, searching for colorful wildflowers. The forest becomes their world. Their imagination builds everything else. Nearby, the father quietly repairs a wooden chair upon the porch. He occasionally looks toward the children. A gentle smile appears whenever he hears their laughter. Mother hangs freshly washed clothes upon a long rope stretched between two trees. The evening breeze gently lifts the white linen shirts. They sway softly beneath the golden sky. Grandmother sits in her rocking chair. She quietly watches everyone. Sometimes she closes her eyes, listening to the peaceful sounds around her. Children laughing, birds singing, leaves whispering, the crackling fire inside the cabin. These are the sounds she has loved her entire life. Not far from the cabin, the children discover a small stream. Its clear water flows gently over smooth stones. They remove their shoes, carefully placing their feet into the cool water. Tiny fish dart quickly between the rocks. Dragonflies hover above the surface like little jewels. The little girl gently places a floating leaf into the stream. The children laugh as they watch it drift away. "It is our little boat," she whispers. They wave goodbye as the leaf slowly disappears around the bend. As the sun moves lower, the forest begins changing once again. Robins return to their nests. A family of rabbits quietly emerges from the tall grass. Far away, a white-tailed deer drinks peacefully beside the stream. Everything feels wonderfully calm. The father softly calls from the porch. It is almost sunset. The children know what that means. Playtime is ending. Tomorrow will bring another day, another adventure. They gather their simple treasures: the spinning top, the rag doll, the wooden whistle, a few smooth stones collected beside the stream, and one bright feather left behind by a bluebird. Each small treasure reminds them of another peaceful day. Before returning inside, the family stands together for a moment. The western sky glows with brilliant shades of orange, pink, and deep gold. The little log cabin shines warmly beneath the fading sunlight. The thin gray smoke rises gently from the chimney shoulder. "These days may seem ordinary now," he says softly, "but one day you will remember them as life's greatest treasures." The boy looks toward the quiet cabin, the peaceful forest, his smiling family. He does not fully understand his father's words. Not yet. But somewhere deep inside, he knows this place will always feel like home. As the first evening star appears above the trees, the family quietly steps back inside the warm cabin. The wooden door closes gently. Outside, the peaceful frontier grows quiet beneath the coming night, and another beautiful day becomes a cherished memory. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The stars have slowly disappeared from the night sky. A new morning quietly arrives over the American frontier. The first rays of sunlight gently touch the roof of the little log cabin. Thin curls of smoke rise once again from the stone chimney. Inside, the family wakes to another peaceful day. The fireplace is stirred back to life. Fresh bread is warmed. Cornmeal porridge simmers gently in an iron pot. Outside, the grass is covered with sparkling drops of dew. Every leaf glows softly beneath the morning light. The father steps onto the porch. As he looks toward the distant road, he notices something unusual. Far away, a small cloud of dust rises above the trail. Someone is approaching on horseback. The little boy shades his eyes with one hand. "Who could it be?" The father smiles. "I believe it's the mail rider." In 1825, receiving a letter was a rare and meaningful event. There were no telephones, no radios, no instant messages. News from distant cities often traveled for many days, sometimes even weeks, before reaching a frontier family. The rider slowly comes closer. His horse moves steadily, but looks tired after a long journey. Leather mailbags hang across the saddle, covered in dust from hundreds of miles of travel. His blue coat is faded by countless days beneath the sun, yet his smile remains warm. "Good morning," he says as he removes his hat. "I have a few letters for the valley." The father warmly welcomes him. "Please, rest for a while." The rider gratefully accepts. His horse is given cool spring water, a handful of oats, and a quiet place beneath the shade of the oak tree. Inside the cabin, Mother pours a cup of warm coffee. Fresh cornbread is placed upon the table. The mail rider thanks the family. You never know how welcome a warm meal feels after days on lonely roads. Soon, he carefully opens the leather mailbag. Several folded letters appear, each one neatly sealed with wax. One letter belongs to the Carter family, another to the blacksmith, Samuel. One more is addressed to the minister of the little church. Finally, the writer smiles. "And one for your family." The father accepts it gently. The envelope is slightly worn from the long journey. On the front, written in careful handwriting, is the name of his older brother, who moved to Ohio several years earlier. Everyone gathers quietly around the table. The father slowly breaks the wax seal. He unfolds the letter with great care. The paper carries the faint scent of ink and travel. He begins reading aloud. His brother writes of peaceful days on his own small farm, of healthy children, of a successful wheat harvest, of a new barn nearly finished before winter. He also writes that he often remembers the old cabin where they grew up together and hopes one day to visit again. As the father reads, a gentle smile appears upon grandmother's face. She remembers those early years, the long winters, the hopeful springs, the hard work that built their family. When the letter ends, the cabin grows wonderfully quiet. No one speaks immediately. Some letters carry more than words. They carry memories, love, hope, and the comforting reminder that family remains close, even across great distances. The little boy asks softly, "Will we write back?" His father nods. "Of course." After breakfast, Mother brings out a bottle of ink, a feather quill, and several precious sheets of paper. Paper is valuable. Every word must be chosen carefully. The father writes slowly. He tells his brother about the healthy garden, the new calf born during spring, the visit to the little church, the peaceful harvest that seems to be growing well. He writes that everyone is healthy, that grandmother still spins wool each evening, and that the children are learning quickly. When the letter is finished, the ink is left to dry beside the open window. Outside, the mail rider prepares to continue his journey. Many more cabins still wait beyond the hills. Many more families hope for letters from loved ones. Before leaving, the father shakes his hand firmly. "May your road always be safe." The rider smiles. "And may your home always stay warm." With that, he climbs back into the saddle. The horse begins walking once more, slowly disappearing down the winding forest road. The family watches until both rider and horse vanish among the trees. Then, the little cabin becomes peaceful once again. Only birds sing in the branches above. The morning breeze moves gently through the garden. And inside the cabin, a freshly written letter waits patiently, ready to begin its own long journey across young America. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The mail rider has disappeared beyond the forest road. His horse's gentle footsteps fade into the distance. The little cabin becomes quiet once again. Summer slowly begins giving way to early autumn. The mornings grow cooler. The evenings arrive a little sooner. Golden leaves appear high among the maple branches. The family knows what this means. Harvest season has arrived. For frontier families, harvest was one of the most important times of the entire year. Everything they had planted during spring, everything they had cared for throughout the long summer, was now ready to be gathered. Before sunrise, the father quietly opens the cabin door. The morning air feels fresh and crisp. A thin blanket of mist rests across the fields. Birds are only beginning their morning songs. The family gathers for a simple breakfast: warm oatmeal, fresh milk, honey from their own beehives, a slice of homemade bread. Before leaving, the father quietly bows his head. May today's harvest be enough for the coming winter. Everyone softly agrees. Outside, the cornfield glows beneath the first golden light of dawn. Tall stalks stand proudly. Their ears are full and ready. The father gently twists each ear from its stalk. The little boy follows behind, placing them carefully into woven baskets. Nearby, Mother gathers pumpkins. Some are small. Others are so large she needs both hands to lift them. Their bright orange color shines beautifully against the dark soil. The little girl smiles each time she finds another one hidden beneath the broad green leaves. Grandmother slowly fills another basket with apples from the orchard. Each apple is gently polished on her apron before being placed inside. She always reminds the children, "Treat the fruit kindly. The tree has worked all year to grow it." Soon, neighbors begin arriving from nearby cabins. On the frontier, harvest was rarely done alone. The Carter family arrives first, then Samuel, the blacksmith. Even Mr. Whitmore, the school teacher, comes to lend a helping hand. No one asks for payment. Today, they help this family. Tomorrow, someone else may need help. That is simply how frontier communities survive. The fields soon fill with cheerful voices. Not loud, not hurried, only warm conversation. Children laugh as they carry smaller baskets. The older men stack corn into neat bundles. The women gather beans, potatoes, and onions. Every pair of hands has an important task. Around midday, Mother rings the small brass bell hanging beside the cabin. Everyone pauses. Blankets are spread beneath the shade of the great maple tree. The harvest meal is simple, yet generous. Roasted chicken, fresh cornbread, vegetable stew, apple butter, cheese, pickles, and cool spring water. Someone brings homemade cider. Another family shares blackberry pie. Nobody keeps track of who brought what. Everything belongs to everyone. After lunch, the children race through the orchard, not in competition, but in joy. They gather colorful autumn leaves, bright red, golden yellow, deep orange. The little girl carefully presses her favorite leaf between the pages of an old book. She hopes to keep it all winter. As the afternoon continues, the barn slowly fills with sacks of grain. Bundles of corn hang from wooden beams to dry. Pumpkins line the front porch. Strings of onions are tied together and hung beneath the roof. Everywhere you look, you see the rewards of months of patient work. As the sun begins setting, the fields are finally quiet. The harvest is complete. The father stands silently at the edge of the farm. He looks across the golden land, his children, his neighbors, his home. He quietly smiles, not because he has become wealthy, but because his family will have enough food through the coming winter. On the frontier, that was a blessing greater than riches. As darkness slowly falls, lanterns begin glowing around the cabin. The cool autumn breeze carries the sweet scent of harvested corn and fresh apples. The stars appear one by one above the peaceful valley. The family gathers once more around the warm fireplace. Outside, the fields rest quietly beneath the moonlight. Their work is finished until spring returns once again. And as you listen to the gentle crackling of the fire, you can almost feel the deep contentment that filled the hearts of so many frontier families after another successful harvest in the peaceful autumn of 1825. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The busy days of harvest have now come to an end. The fields surrounding the little log cabin rest peacefully beneath the soft light of early autumn. The tall corn has been gathered. The pumpkins now sit neatly along the porch. The apple barrels are safely stored inside the cool cellar. The family has done all they can before winter arrives. This evening, for the first time in many weeks, there is nowhere they need to be. Nothing urgent waiting to be finished. Only a peaceful evening at home. The sun slowly slips behind the western hills. The golden light fades into shades of amber, then rose, then deep blue. One by one, the first stars appear above the forest. Inside the cabin, Mother carefully lights 2 beeswax candles. Their gentle flames flicker softly against the log walls. The fireplace glows warmly. Dry oak logs crackle with comforting sounds. Snap, crackle, pop. The little cabin feels wonderfully cozy. The cool autumn air remains outside. Inside, only warmth. The father hangs his wool coat beside the door. His boots still carry a little dust from the fields. He stretches comfortably into his favorite wooden chair. For a few moments, he simply watches the fire. There is something peaceful about flames dancing upon old stones. Something that asks nothing except quiet attention. Mother places an iron kettle above the fire. Soon, the gentle aroma of chamomile and mint begins filling the room. The herbs were gathered from the garden many weeks ago. Now, they bring warmth to an autumn evening. Grandmother quietly continues knitting a thick wool blanket. Her needles move with calm, practiced rhythm. Click, click, click. She hardly needs to look at her hands anymore. Years of experience guide every stitch. The little girl sits beside her, learning carefully. Her first stitches are uneven. She smiles shyly. Grandmother gently corrects her without criticism. Every blanket begins with a single stitch, she whispers. The little boy sits on the floor near the fire. He slowly spins the wooden top Mr. Carter gave him. It dances across the wide pine boards, round and round it turns, until finally, it gently falls upon its side. He laughs quietly, then spins it once more. Outside, a cool breeze rustles through the maple trees. Leaves drift softly to the ground, one after another, covering the forest floor with red, orange, and golden colors. An owl calls somewhere beyond the cabin. Its voice echoes gently through the night. The family pauses for a moment to listen. Nobody feels afraid. The forest has always been their neighbor. Its nighttime sounds are as familiar as the crackling fire. Mother serves warm herbal tea in simple clay cups. Beside it, she places slices of fresh apple pie baked that afternoon. The cinnamon fills the cabin with its sweet aroma. Everyone thanks her quietly. No one rushes through the meal. Conversation moves gently. The father tells the children about the first autumn he spent in this valley many years ago. Back then, only 3 cabins stood nearby. The forest seemed endless. Roads were little more than narrow trails. He remembers planting the very apple trees that now fill the orchard. They were no taller than you, he says, smiling at his son. The boy looks toward the window. He imagines those tiny trees growing year after year, patiently, quietly, just as he himself is growing. The fire burns lower now. Mother adds another oak log. Bright sparks rise briefly into the chimney before disappearing. Outside, the moon climbs higher above the treetops. Silver light spreads across the quiet fields. The harvested land rests peacefully beneath the stars. The family grows quieter. Words become fewer. Sometimes, the most comforting evenings are the ones filled with gentle silence. No excitement, no hurry. Only the feeling of being exactly where you belong. Safe, warm, together. The father finally smiles at his family. This cabin has given us another good year. Everyone nods softly. The little home has sheltered them through spring rains, summer heat, and now the cool evenings of autumn. Soon, winter will come. But tonight, the fire is warm, the food is plentiful, and every heart in the cabin is at peace. As the candles burn lower and the gentle crackling of the fireplace fills the room, the quiet autumn evening slowly settles into another cherished memory of frontier life. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The quiet autumn evening slowly fades into memory. Outside the little log cabin, another morning begins. But something feels different. The air is cooler than before. A thin layer of white frost sparkles across the grass. Each leaf glitters beneath the first light of dawn. The father steps onto the porch and takes a deep breath. Winter is still several weeks away, yet the frontier teaches every family the same lesson. Prepare early, because winter never waits. Inside the cabin, the fire has already been burning for some time. Mother gently stirs a pot of warm oatmeal. Grandmother smiles as she looks through the window. The first frost, she whispers. It won't be long now. After breakfast, the entire family begins preparing for the coming season. The father and his son walk toward the large stack of oak and hickory logs beside the barn. Although hundreds of pieces have already been cut, more are still needed. A frontier winter can last many months. Without enough firewood, a cabin would quickly become cold. The father lifts his axe. Its sharp blade shines briefly in the morning sunlight. With slow, steady movements, he splits another log. Thunk, thunk, thunk. The sound echoes softly across the quiet valley. Nearby, the little boy carefully gathers the smaller pieces. He stacks them neatly beneath a wooden shelter. His father smiles proudly. Every small task matters. Together, they are preparing for the safety of the whole family. Meanwhile, Mother walks into the root cellar beneath the cabin. The cool underground room smells of fresh earth and dry wood. Wooden shelves line the walls. She carefully arranges jars filled with apple preserves, pickled cucumbers, strawberry jam, honey, dried beans, cornmeal. Each jar is placed with great care. Some of this food may not be eaten until the middle of winter. Everything has its place. Nothing is wasted. Above the cellar, Grandmother hangs bundles of herbs from the ceiling beams. Chamomile, mint, sage, lavender. During the long winter nights, these herbs will become warm tea or gentle medicine when someone feels unwell. The little girl helps by folding thick wool blankets. One by one, she places them into a large cedar chest. The scent of cedar wood fills the room. Grandmother explains that cedar helps protect the blankets from insects during the cold months. Outside, the chickens scratch happily beneath the fallen leaves. The father strengthens the fence around their shelter. Soon, snow will cover the ground. The animals will need extra protection from the cold winds. The horse receives a thick new blanket woven from warm wool. It seems almost grateful, standing quietly while the father fastens the straps. Nearby, the cows are given fresh hay gathered during summer. Their barn has been cleaned carefully. Dry straw now covers the floor. Everything is ready. As the afternoon passes, the family gathers fallen branches from the edge of the forest. Nothing useful is left behind. Even small sticks will help start the morning fire during winter. The little boy notices several squirrels hurrying through the trees. Each one carries an acorn. One after another, they disappear into hidden nests. The father points toward them. You see, they're preparing too. The children smile. It seems the whole forest understands the changing seasons. Birds begin flying south. The squirrels store food. The deer grow thicker winter coats. And the families inside their little cabins prepare with the same quiet wisdom. As evening approaches, the last wagon load of firewood is stacked neatly beside the cabin. The father wipes the sweat from his brow. He looks at the tall pile of logs, the full cellar, the warm blankets, the healthy animals. Then he quietly smiles. The family has done everything they can. Now, they simply trust the seasons. Inside, Mother places a hearty stew over the fire. Its rich aroma fills every corner of the cabin. The children gather close to the fireplace. Outside, the first cold wind of the season moves gently through the bare branches. But inside, the little log cabin remains warm, safe, and filled with quiet hope. The family knows winter will soon arrive, but they do not fear it because they have prepared with patience, worked together with love, and built a home where warmth comes not only from the fire, but from the people gathered around it. Take another slow, peaceful breath preparations for winter are finally complete. Outside, the first truly cold evening of the season settles over the American frontier. A gentle wind moves through the bare branches of the oak trees. Most of the colorful autumn leaves now rest quietly upon the ground. The little log cabin glows warmly against the dark forest. Its windows shine with soft golden light. A thin ribbon of smoke rises peacefully from the stone chimney. Inside, the family has finished supper. The wooden bowls have been washed and placed neatly upon the shelves. Mother closes the heavy wooden shutters to keep the warmth inside. The father adds another oak log to the fireplace. The flames rise gently, orange, gold, and deep red. Their warm light dances across the log walls. The little boy curls up on a woven rug near the fire. His sister wraps herself in the thick wool blanket grandmother finished only a few days ago. Outside, the wind whistles softly around the corners of the cabin. But inside, everything feels calm, safe, comfortable. Grandmother smiles as she settles into her old rocking chair. Its familiar sound fills the room. Creak, creak, creak. The children know exactly what comes next. Whenever the evenings grew long, Grandmother shared stories. Not fairy tales, but memories. Real stories from the early days of frontier life. The little boy looks up eagerly. "Tell us about when you first came here." Grandmother smiles softly. "It was many years ago," she begins. "There were no proper roads, only narrow trails through endless forests. We traveled for days in a covered wagon. Sometimes we crossed rivers with no bridges. Sometimes we slept beneath the stars." The children listen carefully. Even the father smiles as he hears the familiar story once again. Grandmother continues. "When your grandfather built this cabin, he had only an axe, a saw, and hope. Every log was carried by hand. Every stone in this fireplace was lifted one at a time." She gently places her hand upon the warm stones beside the fire. "This fireplace has kept our family warm through many winters." The room grows wonderfully quiet. Outside, a light snow begins falling. Tiny white flakes drift slowly through the darkness. The little girl notices them first. "Snow," she whispers. Everyone looks toward the small window. The first snowfall of the season. Soft, gentle, beautiful. The father opens the cabin door for just a moment. Cool winter air enters quietly. A few snowflakes drift inside before melting near the fire. He smiles. Winter has arrived. He closes the door once again. The warmth quickly returns. Mother pours warm herbal tea into clay cups. The sweet scent of chamomile fills the cabin. She slices a fresh loaf of bread. Grandmother spreads homemade apple butter across each piece. The simple treat tastes especially wonderful on a snowy evening. After a while, the father quietly reaches toward a wooden shelf. He removes a small fiddle wrapped carefully inside a linen cloth. He tunes each string patiently. Then he begins playing. The melody is slow, gentle, peaceful. It fills inside, the warmth of family surrounds every corner of the cabin. No one speaks for several minutes. There is no need. The music says everything. When the final note fades away, grandmother smiles. One day, she says quietly, "You will tell these stories to your own children. They may not remember every word, but they will always remember how home felt." The little boy looks around the cabin, the glowing fire, the warm blankets, his parents, his sister, his grandmother, the smell of bread, the sound of the rocking chair. He doesn't know it yet, but these ordinary evenings will become the memories he treasures for the rest of his life. Outside, the snow quietly covers the fields, the fences, the forest trails. Everything becomes peaceful beneath its white blanket. And inside the little log cabin, the family remains together, warm, safe, and thankful for another quiet evening on the American frontier. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The gentle music from the father's fiddle has faded into silence. Outside, snow continues falling softly through the night. By morning, the little valley has completely changed. The family wakes to a world covered in white. The fields, the fences, the orchard, even the roof of the little log cabin now wears a soft blanket of fresh snow. The father quietly opens the cabin door. A cool breath of winter air drifts inside. Everything outside is wonderfully still. No wind, no rushing water, only silence. Fresh snow has a special way of quieting the world. The little boy steps carefully onto the porch. His boots leave the very first footprints across the untouched snow. Crunch, crunch, crunch. He smiles. His little sister follows close behind. She stretches out one mittened hand. A tiny snowflake lands gently upon the soft wool. For just a moment, she studies its delicate shape. Then it melts into a tiny drop of water. Every snowflake is different, grandmother says softly as she joins them. And every winter tells its own story. The father walks toward the barn. The horse greets him with a gentle snort. The cows wait patiently for fresh hay. The chickens remain safely inside their warm coop. He checks each animal carefully, making sure they are warm, comfortable, and well fed. The little boy carries a bucket of grain. It is heavy for his small arms, but he carries it proudly. Helping the family has become part of who he is. Nearby, several rabbits have left tiny tracks across the snow. A fox has passed quietly during the night. Its footprints disappear into the forest. The children kneel to study the different animal tracks. Their father points to each one. This is the rabbit, and here, the deer. The forest keeps its own diary in the snow. The children look carefully. Every footprint tells a story. After the morning chores, Mother hangs a small bird feeder near the cabin window. She scatters seeds upon the snow. It is not long before tiny chickadees arrive, then bright red cardinals. Soon, the feeder becomes busy with cheerful little visitors. The family watches from inside the warm cabin. The birds seem especially beautiful against the white winter landscape. As the afternoon passes, the children build a small snowman beside the front porch. Its eyes are made from dark acorns, its nose from a short carrot. The father places his old wool hat upon its head. Everyone laughs quietly. The snowman stands proudly beside the cabin, guarding the front door. Later, grandmother fills a small iron pot with popcorn kernels. She places it carefully over the fire. Pop, pop, pop. Soon the cabin fills with the comforting smell of fresh popcorn. The children gather around eagerly. Simple treats often taste the sweetest, especially on a snowy winter afternoon. Outside, the snow begins falling once again, larger flakes now, drifting slowly from the gray sky. The father looks through the window. He smiles peacefully. There is nowhere else we need to be today. And that feels like a gift. No long journeys, no heavy work in the fields, only a quiet day together. The family spends the afternoon reading, sewing, carving small wooden toys, and watching the snow continue its gentle dance beyond the window. As evening approaches, the clouds slowly begin to clear. The setting sun shines through them one final time. The snowy valley glows with soft shades of pink, gold, and pale blue. It is one of the most beautiful sights the children have ever seen. The father quietly says, "Winter teaches us something special. It reminds us that even when the world grows quiet, there is still beauty everywhere." The family stands together at the window. No one speaks. There are no words needed, only gratitude for a warm cabin, a loving family, and another peaceful day in the winter of 1825. As darkness gently settles over the valley, the little log cabin glows like a welcoming lantern in the silent forest. Tomorrow, one final chapter remains in this gentle journey through frontier life. Take one final slow, peaceful breath. Let the warmth of the little log cabin surround you one last time. Outside, the long winter night is slowly coming to an end. The stars begin to fade. The moon quietly slips behind the western hills. Everything is still. The snow-covered valley rests peacefully beneath the pale light of dawn. Then, far in the distance, the first bird begins to sing. Its gentle song welcomes a brand new day. Inside the cabin, the fire has burned through the night. Only glowing embers remain. The father quietly kneels beside the hearth. He places 2 small oak logs onto the warm coals. Within moments, tiny flames begin dancing once again. The cabin slowly fills with warmth. Mother opens the wooden shutters. Soft morning light pours through the windows. It falls across the wooden table, the rocking chair, the handmade blankets, and the smiling faces of the family. Outside, fresh snow sparkles like countless tiny diamonds. Every tree branch is coated with white. The little snowman beside the porch still stands proudly. The children laugh quietly when they see him. The horse peacefully eats hay inside the warm barn. The cows rest comfortably. The chickens begin another calm morning. Life continues, just as it always has. The family gathers for breakfast. Warm oatmeal, fresh bread, a little honey, hot herbal tea. Nothing extravagant, yet everything feels complete. The father looks around the table. For a long moment, he says nothing. Then he quietly smiles. A house is built with logs and stone, but a home is built with kindness. Everyone nods gently. Grandmother reaches across the table and holds the little girl's hand. Mother smiles at her son. Outside, the first rays of sunlight slowly rise above the snowy hills. Golden light spreads across the quiet valley. The frozen creek begins to sparkle. Smoke rises peacefully from nearby cabins. Across the valley, other families are beginning their own day, lighting fires, preparing breakfast, greeting another peaceful morning. Each family lives a different story, yet together, they form the heart of the American frontier. You quietly step outside one final time. The cold winter air feels fresh. The forest stands silently around you. The same ancient trees, the same peaceful river, the same open sky that watched over this family for generations. You remember everything you have seen. The warm log cabin, the little schoolhouse, the blacksmith's steady hammer, the quiet ferry crossing, the village store, the Sunday church, the harvest fields, the snowy evenings by the fire. None of these moments were famous. None changed the course of history. Yet together, they shaped a nation. The frontier was not built only by explorers, or soldiers, or politicians. It was built by ordinary mothers, fathers, grandparents, and children. People who planted gardens, shared bread with neighbors, taught their children kindness, worked honestly, and welcomed each sunrise with hope. Their names may never appear in history books, but their lives became the foundation upon which future generations would build. As the morning sun climbs higher, the family stands together on the porch. The father gently places one arm around his son. Mother holds her daughter's hand. Grandmother smiles quietly beside them. No one speaks. There is nothing left to say. The peaceful valley says everything. The wind moves gently through the pine trees. A robin lands upon the fence. The little creek continues its endless journey. Another beautiful day has begun. And somewhere, 200 years later, someone quietly remembers families just like these. Their courage, their patience, their simple happiness. Perhaps that someone is you. Thank you for walking these quiet forest trails, for sitting beside the warm fireplace, for listening to the whispering trees, and for sharing the peaceful days of a humble frontier family in 1825 America. Now, the sun has risen. The cabin door closes gently. The smoke continues rising into the clear winter sky, and the little log cabin quietly becomes part of history. Before you settle in, take one slow, deep breath. And as you breathe out, allow the busy world of today to slowly fade away. Tonight, we are traveling back more than 200 years to the American frontier. The year is 1825. There are no highways, no electricity, no phones, no spreading in the distance. Only forests, rolling hills, clear rivers, and the quiet lives of ordinary families. Imagine standing at the edge of a wide forest. The morning sun has only just begun to rise. A light mist floats above the grass. Tiny drops of dew sparkle on every leaf. Birds begin their gentle morning songs. Somewhere in the distance, a rooster announces the arrival of another peaceful day. A narrow dirt path winds through tall oak and maple trees. You begin walking slowly along it. The cool morning air carries the scent of pine, damp earth, and fresh wood smoke. After a short walk, you see it. A small wooden log cabin standing in a peaceful clearing. It is simple, built by hand from thick oak logs cut from the surrounding forest. The roof is covered with hand-split wooden shingles. A stone chimney rises from one side. Soft gray smoke curls lazily into the quiet morning sky. A small vegetable garden grows beside the cabin. Rows of beans, corn, pumpkins, and cabbage sway gently in the breeze. A few chickens scratch quietly in the yard. Two curious rabbits pause beside the fence before disappearing into the grass. Everything feels calm. Everything feels safe. You slowly approach the front door. It opens with a gentle creak. Inside, the cabin is warm. A large stone fireplace glows softly. The fire crackles with comforting sounds. The scent of fresh bread baking fills the room. Simple wooden furniture stands neatly arranged. A sturdy pine table rests in the center. 4 handmade chairs surround it. Every piece has been built with patience and care. There are no expensive decorations, yet the cabin feels rich with warmth. Woven blankets hang neatly beside the fireplace. Clay jars line the wooden shelves. Iron cooking pots rest above the glowing fire. Near the window, a rocking chair moves gently as an elderly grandmother quietly knits a warm wool blanket. She smiles softly, not because anything exciting is happening, but because peaceful mornings like this are life's greatest gift. Upstairs, a young boy slowly opens his eyes. He hears the fire downstairs. He smells fresh bread. He knows another peaceful day is waiting. His little sister stretches beneath a patchwork quilt sewn by their mother during the long winter evenings. Outside, the first rays of sunlight touch the wooden walls of the cabin. The forest awakens. A gentle breeze moves through the tall trees. Leaves whisper softly overhead. The family gathers around the table. Breakfast is simple. Warm cornbread, fresh butter, honey collected from nearby hives, cool spring water, and warm apple cider. Before anyone eats, the father quietly bows his head. The family joins him. They offer a simple prayer of gratitude for another peaceful morning, for good health, for their home, for the forest that provides wood, for the land that grows their food. When the prayer ends, nobody rushes, nobody checks a clock. The day stretches peacefully before them. Outside, the sun climbs a little higher. Golden light pours through the cabin windows. The warm glow fills every corner of the little home. And as you sit beside the fireplace, listening to the crackling wood, watching the peaceful family begin another ordinary day, you realize sometimes the quietest mornings become the memories that last forever. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The warmth of the log cabin still surrounds you. The fire continues to crackle gently inside the stone fireplace, and the smell of fresh cornbread lingers in the air. Outside, the morning has fully arrived. Golden sunlight spills across the clearing, lighting the tall oak and maple trees that have stood here for generations. The family finishes their simple breakfast. There is no rush, no clock ticking on the wall, no loud sounds breaking the silence. Life on the American frontier follows the rhythm of nature. The father quietly stands from the table. He gently places his empty wooden bowl beside the wash basin. Taking his wide-brimmed hat from a wooden peg near the door, he smiles at his children. "It will be a beautiful day," he says softly. The little boy eagerly follows him outside. The cool morning air feels fresh. Tiny drops of dew still rest upon the long grass. Every step leaves a faint trail behind them. Their first stop is the chicken coop. As the wooden gate opens, several hens begin clucking happily. They already know it is feeding time. The little boy scatters a handful of corn across the ground. The chickens gather peacefully around him. One curious hen follows closely behind, hoping for a few extra kernels. The boy laughs quietly. His father smiles but says nothing. These simple moments are part of every morning. Nearby, two gentle cows wait patiently beside a wooden fence. The father slowly fills a bucket with fresh water from the nearby hand pump. The iron handle moves up and down with a steady rhythm. Squeak, splash, squeak, splash. Cold spring water pours into the wooden bucket. The cows drink peacefully. Beyond the pasture, a brown horse lifts its head from the grass. Its mane moves softly in the morning breeze. The father gently brushes its neck before checking the leather harness hanging nearby. The horse will help pull the wagon later today. Not because life is hurried, but because every task becomes easier when people and animals work together. Meanwhile, inside the cabin, Mother quietly wipes the wooden table clean. She carefully folds the linen cloth. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is thrown away. Every object inside the cabin has been made with hard work. The grandmother places another small log into the fireplace. The warm flames dance gently once again. She begins humming an old folk song that she learned as a little girl many years ago. Its melody is slow, peaceful, almost like a lullaby. Outside, the little girl walks toward the vegetable garden, carrying a small woven basket. She carefully picks fresh beans, a few carrots, some green onions. She pauses beside a patch of wildflowers. A butterfly lands gently on a bright yellow blossom. For a long moment, she simply watches it. There is no need to hurry. Nature has its own quiet schedule. Not far away, a family of robins builds a nest high in an old maple tree. Each bird carries tiny twigs, one by one, patiently, carefully. The forest itself seems alive, yet wonderfully calm. The father walks toward a neat stack of firewood beside the cabin. Although summer has only begun, he already thinks about winter. Each morning, he chops a few more logs, not because winter is near, but because preparation is part of frontier life. Every swing of the axe echoes softly through the forest. Thunk, thunk, thunk. The sound is steady, never hurried. Between each strike, only birdsong fills the air. As the sun climbs higher, the cabin glows warmly beneath the bright blue sky. Thin trails of smoke continue rising from the stone chimney. The smell of pine wood mixes with fresh bread and wildflowers. Everything feels peaceful. Everything feels safe. The family works together quietly. No one gives loud orders. No one complains. Each person knows their small part in making the home comfortable. And perhaps that is the greatest lesson the frontier offers. Not wealth, not luxury, but the quiet happiness that grows when people care for one another, one peaceful morning at a time. Take another slow, peaceful breath. Allow your mind to settle into the quiet rhythm of the frontier. The morning chores around the cabin have now been finished. The chickens wander peacefully through the yard. The horse rests beneath the shade of an old oak tree. A gentle breeze carries the scent of fresh pine and wildflowers across the fields. The sun has climbed a little higher into the clear blue sky. Its warm light spreads across the family's small farm. In the year 1825, nearly every family living on the American frontier depended upon the land. There were no supermarkets, no delivery wagons bringing food from distant cities. Almost everything the family needed, they grew with their own hands. The father picks up a simple wooden hoe. Its handle has become smooth after many years of careful use. Beside him, his young son proudly carries a much smaller hoe. He is still learning, but every season teaches him something new. Together, they walk toward the cornfield. Long green rows stretch across the rich brown soil. The morning dew still sparkles upon the leaves. Tiny birds hop between the plants, searching for insects hidden beneath the earth. The father gently loosens the soil around each row. Not too quickly, not too slowly. Every movement is calm and steady. The boy carefully follows behind. Sometimes he copies his father perfectly. Sometimes he makes little mistakes. Whenever that happens, his father simply smiles. He quietly shows him again. No anger, no impatience, because learning takes time. Across the field, Mother kneels beside the bean plants. She gently ties the climbing vines to slender wooden poles. Nearby, pumpkins spread their wide green leaves across the ground. Bright yellow blossoms open toward the morning sun. A busy honeybee lands upon one flower, then another. The family understands how important these tiny creatures are. Without the bees, there would be fewer vegetables, fewer fruits. Even the smallest life has its place. Not far away, grandmother walks slowly through the herb garden. She gathers fresh mint, sage, chamomile, and rosemary. These herbs will flavor meals, ease fevers, calm restless minds. Frontier families knew many remedies passed from one generation to the next. There were few doctors nearby. Nature itself often became their medicine. A soft breeze moves through the corn. The tall green stalks whisper together. It sounds almost like gentle rain. You pause for a moment, closing your eyes, listening only to the wind moving across the fields. Somewhere in the distance, a woodpecker taps gently against an old tree. Tap, tap, Farther away, a small stream flows quietly over smooth stones. Its cool water has nourished this farm since the cabin was first built. The father walks toward a wooden fence. One loose board has begun to lean. He quietly repairs it using only a hammer, a few hand-forged nails, and patient hands. Nothing is wasted. Every fence, every tool, every piece of wood is cared for as long as possible. The little boy watches carefully. One day, this farm will become his responsibility. Today, he simply learns by watching. As the morning slowly turns toward midday, Mother rings a small brass bell hanging beside the cabin door. Its gentle sound floats across the fields. The family pauses their work, not because they are tired, but because it is time to rest. Lunch is simple. Fresh bread baked that morning, butter churned by hand, slices of smoked ham, fresh cucumbers from the garden, cold spring water. Everyone gathers beneath the wide branches of a maple tree. The cool shade feels refreshing after the warm sun. Nobody speaks very much. The peaceful sounds of nature fill the silence. Birds sing overhead. Grasshoppers chirp in the tall grass. Leaves sway gently above them. The family smiles quietly at one another. They do not need many words. They have shared mornings like this for years, and they hope to share many more. As you look across the small farm, you begin to understand something. Life here is not easy. Every meal requires hard work. Every season brings new challenges. Yet there is a quiet happiness that grows from living close to the land. Every sunrise offers another beginning. Every harvest tells the story of patience. And every peaceful day becomes another treasured memory. The gentle breeze continues to move through the fields. The little log cabin stands proudly beneath the blue sky. And somewhere beyond the endless forest, a new adventure quietly waits for tomorrow. Take another slow, peaceful breath. Feel the warmth of the morning sun upon your face. The quiet lunch beneath the maple tree has come to an end. The family rises slowly. There is no rush. On the American frontier, the day is measured not by clocks, but by the position of the sun. You follow the mother toward the vegetable garden beside the log cabin. A low wooden fence surrounds it, not to keep people out, but to gently remind wandering rabbits and deer that these vegetables belong to a family who has worked hard to grow them. The garden is larger than it first appeared. Long rows of corn stand proudly near the back. Beside them grow beans that climb slender wooden poles. Their green vines twist upward, always reaching for the sunlight. Pumpkin vines spread across the rich soil. Their broad leaves shade the earth beneath them. Bright yellow blossoms open like little stars. Nearby, cabbages form neat green circles. Carrots hide quietly beneath the soil. Onions stand in straight rows, with their slender leaves dancing in the breeze. Nothing grows by accident. Every seed was planted by hand. Every plant has been carefully watered and protected. The mother kneels beside the tomato plants. Although tomatoes were becoming more common in America during the early 19th century, many families still treated them as something special. She gently ties each growing stem to a small wooden stake. Her movements are slow, careful, almost graceful. She whispers softly, "Strong plants grow with gentle care." The little girl walks beside her, carrying a small woven basket. She carefully picks ripe beans, one at a time. never pulling too hard, never damaging the plant. She has learned that kindness even extends to the garden. Nearby, a tiny bluebird lands upon the fence. It watches quietly before flying down to catch a small insect hiding among the leaves. The family smiles. Birds are welcome visitors. They help protect the crops naturally. Above the garden, honeybees move peacefully from flower to flower. Their gentle buzzing fills the warm afternoon air. The father often reminds his children, if the bees are happy, the garden will be happy too. Not far beyond the vegetables, a small orchard stretches across the hillside. Apple trees stand in neat rows. Pear trees sway gently in the breeze. Several peach trees carry soft green fruit that will ripen before the end of summer. The little boy runs ahead, then suddenly stops. His father has taught him never to waste fruit. If an apple falls naturally to the ground, it can still feed the chickens or become cider. Nothing should be wasted. The orchard smells wonderful. Fresh leaves, sweet blossoms, warm sunshine. A gentle breeze carries the scent through the entire farm. Beneath one old apple tree, grandmother places a simple wooden bench. She often rests here during the afternoon. Today, she quietly opens a small basket of sewing. As birds sing above her, she repairs a worn wool sock. Every stitch saves the family from making another. On the frontier, repairing was often wiser than replacing. A squirrel races along a tree branch overhead. Its fluffy tail bounces as it leaps from one limb to another. The children stop working for just a moment. They watch quietly as the little animal disappears into the forest. The mother smiles. There will always be time to enjoy nature. By now, the afternoon sun shines brightly overhead. Small clouds drift lazily across the blue sky. A cool breeze ripples through the orchard. Thousands of leaves shimmer together like tiny green waves. You take a slow breath. The peaceful sounds surround you. Birdsong, buzzing bees, rustling leaves, the distant clucking of chickens near the cabin. Somewhere farther away, the gentle splash of a nearby creek. Everything feels perfectly balanced, simple, peaceful. The baskets slowly become filled with fresh vegetables and fruit, enough for today's meals, enough to preserve for winter, enough to share with neighbors if needed. That was often the way of frontier life. Families depended upon one another. A good harvest was never enjoyed alone. As the afternoon slowly continues, the family begins walking back toward the log cabin. The little girl proudly carries her basket of fresh vegetables. The father gently closes the garden gate behind them. One more peaceful day has blessed the little farm. And somewhere, just beyond the quiet forest, another gentle chapter of frontier life is waiting to begin. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The quiet orchard now rests behind you. The baskets of fresh vegetables have been safely placed inside the log cabin. The afternoon sun shines warmly across the frontier. A gentle breeze moves through the tall grass. The father places a few iron tools into the back of a small wooden wagon. Some need sharpening. One has a loose handle. Another has worked faithfully for many years and simply needs a little care. Rather than buying new tools, frontier families repaired almost everything they owned. The old horse is gently harnessed to the wagon. Its leather straps have been cleaned with oil many times before. The horse waits patiently. It already knows today's journey. The father smiles at his son. "Come along," he says quietly. "The blacksmith always has something interesting to teach." The boy climbs onto the wagon. You join them as they slowly travel along the narrow dirt road. The wheels roll gently over the earth. Creak, creak, creak. The peaceful rhythm blends with the songs of birds hidden among the trees. Along the way, they pass another small cabin. A woman hangs freshly washed blankets beneath the warm afternoon sun. 2 children wave happily as the wagon passes. Not far away, an elderly farmer slowly repairs a wooden fence. Everyone greets one another with a smile. Life on the frontier is built upon good neighbors. After nearly half an hour, a different sound begins to echo through the forest. Clang, clang, clang. The steady ring of hammers striking hot iron. Soon, a sturdy wooden workshop comes into view. Dark smoke rises gently from a stone chimney. This is the village blacksmith shop. His name is Samuel. Nearly every family for many miles depends upon his skill. Without him, there would be no horseshoes, no sturdy nails, no strong axes, no iron hinges for cabin doors. Samuel looks up as the wagon arrives. His face is warm with a welcoming smile. "Good afternoon," he says. "You've brought work for me, I see." Inside the workshop, everything feels warm. Not uncomfortable, but pleasantly heated by the great stone forge. Bright orange coals glow softly. A pair of heavy iron tongs rests beside the fire. The walls are lined with carefully arranged tools. Large hammers, smaller hammers, files, chisels. Every tool has its own place. Samuel places a worn horseshoe into the glowing coals. Patiently, he waits. Iron cannot be rushed. When the metal begins glowing bright orange, he carefully lifts it onto the anvil. Then, with calm, practiced movements, he begins shaping it. Clang, clang, clang. Every strike is steady. Never hurried, never wasteful. Tiny sparks dance briefly through the air before fading away. The little boy watches with wide eyes. Samuel notices. He smiles. "Listen carefully," he says. "A blacksmith never fights the iron. He works with it." The boy nods thoughtfully. Nearby, a farmer waits quietly for his plow to be repaired. Another neighbor has brought an old kitchen knife for sharpening. Nobody seems impatient. Everyone understands that good work takes time. While Samuel works, his wife quietly serves cool spring water to the visitors. Simple kindness is as common here as fresh air. Outside, the old horse rests beneath the shade of a large oak tree. A gentle breeze brushes through its mane. Several sparrows hop across the dusty yard, searching for scattered grain. The workshop door remains open. Fresh air flows gently inside. The smell of warm iron mixes with pine trees and wildflowers. For a moment, you simply listen. The crackling fire, the steady hammer, the soft voices of neighbors, the singing birds outside. It is a peaceful music, unique to the American frontier. As the afternoon slowly moves toward evening, Samuel finishes repairing the family's tools. Each one looks almost new again. The father thanks him warmly. Instead of paying only with coins, he also leaves a basket of fresh apples from the orchard. On the frontier, neighbors often traded what they had. One family shared fruit, another shared skilled hands, another shared firewood. Everyone helped one another. As you climb back onto the wagon, the father gently places the repaired tools beside him. The horse begins walking toward home. The peaceful sound of the blacksmith's hammer slowly fades behind you until only the whispering forest remains. The golden afternoon stretches quietly before you, and another gentle chapter of frontier life comes to a peaceful close. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The gentle sound of the blacksmith's hammer has now faded into the distance. The old wagon rolls quietly along the winding dirt road. The afternoon sun hangs lower in the sky, painting the fields with a warm, golden light. The horse walks at its own comfortable pace. There is no reason to hurry. On the American frontier, life follows the rhythm of nature, not the ticking of a clock. As you travel home, the road passes a small white building standing beneath two enormous oak trees. A tiny bell hangs above its front door. Beside it waves a simple American flag. This is the community's one-room schoolhouse. In 1825, many frontier towns had only a single classroom. Children of every age, from 6 years old to nearly 16, studied together under one roof. The father gently pulls the wagon to a stop. "Let's say hello to Mr. Whitmore," he says. The little boy smiles with excitement. School is one of his favorite places. Toward the wooden building. The front door stands open. A cool breeze moves through the room. Inside, sunlight pours through tall windows. Dust floats peacefully in the golden light. Simple wooden desks stand in neat rows. Each desk has been carved by local craftsmen. Some carry tiny initials from students who attended many years ago. At the front of the room, Mr. Whitmore carefully writes today's lesson upon a large slate chalkboard. His handwriting is slow, neat, beautiful. He believes every letter deserves patience. The room is wonderfully quiet. Several older students help the younger children pronounce difficult words. One girl carefully reads from a small history book. Another quietly practices writing with a feather quill. A little boy slowly traces the alphabet onto a wax writing tablet. Nobody laughs when someone makes a mistake. Learning here is never a competition. It is simply another journey, one careful step at a time. Mr. Whitmore smiles warmly as you enter. "Good afternoon," he says softly. "We're learning about maps today." He gently unrolls a hand-drawn map of the young United States. The children gather around. Their curious eyes study rivers, mountains, and towns they have never seen. Some dream of traveling west one day. Others hope to become farmers like their parents. A few simply enjoy imagining distant places. Mr. Whitmore tells them, "The world becomes larger every time you learn something new." The children listen carefully. Outside, the branches of the great oak trees sway gently in the breeze. Their leaves whisper softly against one another. A pair of bluebirds builds a nest nearby. The sounds drift peacefully through the open windows. After reading, the lesson changes to arithmetic. The children solve simple sums using smooth river stones placed upon their desks. There are no machines, no calculators, only careful thinking and patient teachers. Nearby, a little girl struggles with a difficult problem. She quietly lowers her head. Mr. Whitmore kneels beside her desk. He does not give the answer. Instead, he gently asks another question. Little by little, she discovers the solution herself. Her face brightens with a proud smile. The teacher smiles too. On the frontier, knowledge was considered one of life's greatest treasures. Books were few, paper was precious. Every lesson mattered. As the afternoon draws toward its end, Mr. Whitmore rings the small brass bell. Its gentle sound echoes across the quiet countryside. The children stand. Together, they thank their teacher before gathering their books. Some begin the long walk home. Others climb into wagons waiting outside. Parents greet one another with warm smiles. Neighbors exchange fresh vegetables, homemade bread, and friendly conversation. The little schoolhouse slowly becomes quiet once more. Only the breeze remains, moving gently through the open doorway. You take one final look at the peaceful classroom. Simple wooden desks, sunlight upon the floor, the faint scent of chalk and pine wood. A place where young minds grow as steadily as the forest surrounding them. With slow, gentle footsteps, you return to the waiting wagon. The horse begins walking home once again. The little white schoolhouse grows smaller behind you until it quietly disappears among the trees. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The little schoolhouse slowly disappears behind you. The wagon rolls quietly beneath the tall oak trees. The afternoon has begun to set. Golden sunlight filters gently through the forest, painting long shadows across the winding dirt road. The horse walks with calm, steady steps. Its leather harness creaks softly. The wooden wheels turn with their familiar rhythm. Creak, creak, creak. The little boy sits beside his father, quietly watching the countryside pass by. After a peaceful journey, the road opens into a small frontier village. There are only a handful of buildings: a blacksmith shop, the white schoolhouse, a tiny church with its wooden bell tower, and beside the crossroads, the village's general store. Unlike today's large supermarkets, a general store in 1825 sold nearly everything a frontier family could not make themselves. A wooden sign above the porch reads, Elias Mercantile. The building is simple but welcoming. A long wooden porch stretches across the front. Several rocking chairs rest beneath its roof. Two elderly men sit quietly together. Neither seems to be in any hurry. One slowly rocks back and forth. The other gently sips from a tin cup of warm coffee. They smile politely as your wagon arrives. The father ties the horse beneath a shady maple tree. The little boy jumps carefully from the wagon. You follow them toward the store. The wooden floor creaks softly beneath your feet. Immediately, a wonderful mixture of familiar scents fills the air. Fresh coffee beans, leather, pine wood, beeswax candles, soap made from animal fat, dried herbs, and sweet molasses stored inside large wooden barrels. Everything smells warm, comforting, peaceful. Behind a sturdy wooden counter stands the shopkeeper. His His name is Elias. Nearly everyone within 20 miles knows him. Not only because he sells supplies, but because he remembers every family by name. "Good afternoon, Thomas," he says with a smile as the father enters. "How is your harvest looking this year?" The two men shake hands warmly. No business begins before friendly conversation. That is simply the frontier way. Around the store, wooden shelves reach almost to the ceiling. Glass jars filled with colorful candies sit beside bags of flour. Iron nails rest in neatly labeled boxes. Lanterns hang from sturdy wooden beams. Coils of rope, handmade blankets, tin cups, pocket knives, seeds for next spring's planting. Everything has its place. A young woman carefully measures sugar into a cloth sack. Nearby, a farmer examines a new axe handle. Another customer studies a small pocket Bible displayed inside a glass cabinet. Nobody rushes. People take their time. The store is more than a place to buy supplies. It is where neighbors meet, where stories are exchanged, where news from distant towns arrives. Elias carefully opens a leather mailbag that has just arrived by horseback. Several letters are inside, a few newspapers from eastern cities. The villagers gather quietly. One man reads aloud a short article about a new canal being built far away in New York. Another smiles as he receives a letter from his brother living hundreds of miles east. For many frontier families, a single letter is a precious gift. Sometimes months pass between messages. The little boy wanders toward a barrel filled with bright red apples. Elias notices him smiling. Without saying a word, he picks one perfect apple from the top. He hands it to the boy. "Every young traveler deserves a treat," he says kindly. The boy's eyes brighten. He quietly thanks the old shopkeeper. Outside, a gentle breeze moves across the porch. The rocking chairs continue their slow rhythm. Creak, creak, creak. A friendly dog sleeps peacefully beneath the steps. Its ears twitch now and then as birds sing from the nearby trees. The father finishes trading fresh honey and smoked meat for flour, salt, lamp oil, and a new spool of sewing thread. On the frontier, money is useful, but trading goods is often just as common. Everyone contributes what they can. As the afternoon begins drifting toward evening, the father carefully loads the supplies into the wagon. Elias waves goodbye. "So long, my friends. May the road home be peaceful." The horse begins walking once more. The little village slowly disappears behind you. The sounds of quiet conversation, the gentle rocking chairs, and the welcoming little store fade into the distance. Ahead, the peaceful forests of 1825 America wait to tell another gentle story. Take another slow, peaceful breath. The quiet village store slowly disappears behind you. The wagon rolls gently along the dusty road. The sun has begun its slow journey toward the western hills. Golden afternoon light covers the frontier like a warm blanket. The horse walks at its familiar pace, steady, patient, unhurried. The father quietly points toward a small white building standing on a gentle hill. Its tall wooden bell tower rises above the surrounding oak trees. A simple wooden cross rests upon its roof. "This Sunday," he says softly, "the whole community will gather there. smiles. Sunday is different from every other day. It is a day when tools are left untouched, fields are left to rest, neighbors come together, not for work, but for peace. A few days pass quietly. Soon, Sunday morning arrives. The forest awakens beneath a pale golden sunrise. Soft mist drifts across the open fields. Birdsong fills the cool morning air. Inside the log cabin, Mother carefully brushes the children's hair. She places clean linen shirts upon the table. The father polishes his leather boots. Grandmother gently smooths the wrinkles from her favorite blue shawl. These are their best clothes. Simple, neat, made with care. The smell of fresh soap and clean linen fills the cabin. Breakfast is lighter than usual. Warm biscuits, honey, fresh milk, and sliced apples. After the meal, the family climbs into the wooden wagon. Other wagons soon appear along the forest road. Every family travels slowly toward the same destination. Nobody races ahead. The journey itself feels peaceful. As the little church comes into view, its bell begins to ring. Dong, dong, dong. The sound rolls gently across the hills, echoing through the trees. Families smile as they greet one another. Children wave happily. Neighbors shake hands warmly. Some have not seen each other for an entire week. The little church is more than a place of worship. It is the heart of the community. Outside, several horses quietly graze beneath the shade of maple trees. The wagons are lined neatly beside a wooden fence. Inside, sunlight streams through tall windows. Simple wooden pews fill the room. Fresh wildflowers decorate the front table. Their gentle fragrance mixes with the scent of polished pine wood. The minister welcomes everyone with a warm smile. His voice is calm, gentle, comforting. He speaks about gratitude, about helping neighbors, about finding peace even during difficult seasons. Nobody raises their voice. Nobody argues. The words drift softly through the quiet room. A young woman begins playing a small hand-pumped organ. Its gentle melody fills the church. Soon, everyone joins together in song. The music is slow, peaceful. Even if you do not know the words, the harmony feels comforting. Children sit quietly beside their parents. A baby softly coos before falling asleep in its mother's arms. Sunlight dances across the polished wooden floor. Dust sparkles gently in the warm light. For a little while, the outside world seems to disappear. Only kindness remains. Only quiet. Only peace. After the service, nobody rushes home. Families gather beneath the large oak trees outside. Blankets are spread across the grass. Baskets are opened. Fresh bread, roasted chicken, apple pie, butter, cheese, and homemade jam. Everything is shared. No family eats alone. Children laugh as they play simple games across the meadow. Older neighbors exchange stories beneath the trees. One man quietly carves a small wooden whistle for his grandson. Another repairs a rocking chair while chatting with friends. Nearby, grandmother sits with several women who spend the afternoon sewing quilts together. Each square of cloth tells a story. A piece from an old wedding dress, a